Hey everyone, and welcome back on East Asia Stories Together. Today, we're back with a new concept. I'll be publishing country by country summaries of East Asian news every Sunday. As you can see, this video is entirely dedicated to news from China. In short, you can now choose to view the content that suits you the best, according to the East Asian country or countries that interest you. Let's dive in. To begin with, let's take a look at the news between China and Vietnam early this week. Vietnam's Communist Party chief Tho Lam arrived in Beijing on Sunday for a 3-day visit. This is Lam's first overseas trip as the country's leader, highlighting China's importance to Vietnam. Lam, who became party general secretary and president after Nguyen Phu Trong's death, will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Qiang. The visit underscores the strong ties between the two communist nations, which have deep economic and trade relations despite occasional disputes over the South China Sea. Vietnam and China established a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2008, strengthened further in 2013. Lam's visit follows his trip to Vietnam last year, aiming to build a China-Vietnam community of shared future. Both countries signed over a dozen agreements last December, including railway cooperation and plans to manage incidents in the South China Sea. On Monday, China and Vietnam signed 14 agreements covering cross-border railways, trade, and defense ties, after leader Xi Jinping and Tho Lam met in Beijing. Lam's visit, his first since becoming Vietnam's party chief, signals strengthening ties amid trade growth and occasional South China Sea disputes. According to a statement on Vietnamese government website, Lam asked China for soft loans and technology to develop his country's transport infrastructure under China's Belt and Road Initiative. Despite political uncertainties in Hanoi and warming US-Vietnam relations, Lam reaffirmed Vietnam's priority on maintaining strong relations with China, while downplaying their maritime disputes. Next, tension flared again last weekend between China and the Philippines in the South China Sea. Let's have a look at it. China's Coast Guard claimed the Philippine vessel ignored warnings and deliberately collided with a Chinese ship in the disputed South China Sea on Monday. A video posted by China showed the collision occurred around 3:24 a.m. According to China Coast Guard spokesperson Kan Yu, 2 Philippine Coast Guard ships illegally intruded into waters near Sabina Shoal. Kan Yu criticized the Philippines for provoking conflict and violating a provisional agreement that China and the Philippines reached in July, after repeated altercations near the Second Thomas Shoal. China said it took lawful action and warned the Philippines to stop provocations or face consequences. China asserts territorial claims over most of the South China Sea, dismissing a 2016 Hague ruling that invalidated these claims, a stance widely condemned by Western nations. Moving on to economic news, senior officials from the US Treasury Department and the People's Bank of China met at the end of last week. The US and China agreed to enhance financial stability and communication during times of financial stress, following their 5th Financial Working Group meeting in Shanghai on August 15th to 16th. Senior officials from both sides discussed financial stability, capital markets, and cross-border payments, signing letters to coordinate in future crises. As a side note, the Financial Working Group is one of the 2 groups created by US Treasury Secretary Yellen and China's Vice Premier Hu Lifeng last September. It builds on US President Biden's guidance following the 2022 G20 Bali and 2023 Woodside Summit to deepen communications between the United States and China. Despite areas of disagreement, both countries committed to maintaining open communication. According to the People's Bank of China's readout, the discussions were pragmatic, candid, and constructive. The meeting also featured discussions on anti-money laundering and climate financing and carbon markets. These talks came amid rising trade tensions and China's economic struggles. The next 2 news pieces are about international relations. An article published by Nikkei Asia on Wednesday offered an interesting insight into the relations between China and Turkey. Turkey and China are recently improving relations after years of stagnation. Recent progress includes a $1 billion investment by Chinese EV maker BYD in Turkey, and discussions of reciprocal state visit between Turkish President Erdogan and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The two leaders met in Kazakhstan during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in July, and Erdogan is expected to visit China after the UN General Assembly in September. Diplomatic efforts such as visits from Turkish officials to China have helped ease tensions. However, obstacles remain, including China's frustration over Turkish refusal to extradite Uyghur dissidents. Turkey also seeks greater Chinese investment in infrastructure and energy. Experts believe this could mark a new phase in relations, though challenges like Turkish NATO commitments and the unresolved Uyghur issue still pose limits. Nonetheless, both nations seem committed to maintaining ongoing dialogue. Meanwhile, Chinese Premier Li arrived in Russia on Wednesday to strengthen ties between the two countries. He ended his 4-day trip in Belarus. On Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese Premier Li Qiang met in Moscow, highlighting deepening trade and economic ties as Russia increasingly relies on China for political and economic support. Both leaders praised growing cooperation, emphasizing large-scale joint projects and high-level relations. The meeting took place as Russia struggled to push back a Ukrainian incursion into the Kursk region now in its third week. China and Russia are advancing plans for Arctic shipping routes to boost economic cooperation and counter Western pressure. Premier Li Qiang and Russian PM Mikhail Mishustin signed a joint communique to enhance oil, gas, and technology ties. They reaffirmed support for each other's sovereignty, condemned sanctions, and agreed to use local currency in 95% of trade. Both nations seek to reduce US dollar dominance and develop key projects like the Power of Siberia 2 gas pipeline and improve trade through the Tumen River. Premier Li Qiang later continued his 4-day trip to Belarus to meet with President Alexander Lukashenko. On Thursday, he stated that China aims to deepen political mutual trust and advance mutually beneficial cooperation with Belarus. He added that China-Belarus relations have flourished for 32 years despite the changing international landscape, leading to successful collaboration under the Belt and Road Initiative. The Belt and Road Initiative is a global infrastructure development strategy adopted by the Chinese government in 2013 to invest in more than 150 countries and international organizations. Belarus was among the first group of countries that responded to the project. Last year, bilateral trade exceeded $8.4 billion. China is the second largest trading partner of Belarus and its largest trading partner in Asia. Lukashenko praised China's long-standing support and expressed a desire to boost cooperation in trade, agriculture, science, and technology. Finally, Thursday marked the 120th birthday of Deng Xiaoping, who served as a paramount leader of China from 1978 to 1989. Deng earned a reputation as an architect of modern China. He died in 1997. On Thursday, Chinese President Xi Jinping honored Deng Xiaoping's legacy on his 120th birth anniversary, emphasizing the need to advance socialism with Chinese characteristics, a policy initiated by Deng. Xi highlighted Deng's significant contributions in transforming China from political turmoil to a global economic power. Deng's reforms, such as opening the economy and reintroducing public examination for university admissions and government jobs, paved the way for China's rapid growth and modernization. Today, Xi faces new challenges: economic slowdown, social unrest, and international tensions. Drawing on Deng's legacy, he called for perseverance in reforms, party discipline, and national rejuvenation, stressing the need for bold yet stable progress. He reiterated the commitment to one country, two systems for Hong Kong and Macau, while opposing Taiwanese independence. Thank you for watching this video. Stay updated on all these topics and more with our daily news roundup on Instagram. It's an easy and effective way to keep up with the news. Check all the links in the description. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our content. It really helps us out. See you soon!